you have to choose to be better. It's your choice. It's your own life. The life is in your hands. Because a lot of times I feel like we kind of wait for things to happen, for things just to fall into our lap and say, this is it. But when in reality, it's like we have to allow ourselves just to continuously change or grow, improve, however you want to put it. And the idea is like, you have to be open to it, be willing. And that's the thing, you have to be vulnerable enough, be honest, and see what is your life right now. Is it truly worth it right now? Is this the end? And I don't think it's ever an end. It's just constantly going and going, and life just keeps going. And as we grow older, we experience more if we allow ourselves to, be vulnerable. And in that sense, it's like being open. Open meaning allowing yourself to experience everything, whether it's feelings, thoughts, ideas, just expressing yourself in whatever it may be. And in a way, creating your own development, if we want to call that. Creating your own development, your own growth, your own progress. As you can never really compare yourself to the next person. You can never do that, because it makes no sense. How you are living a separate life from the next person, whether it even be family, friends, acquaintances. You're all living different lives. You all have your own set of values, ideas, and goals. So it would never make sense to truly compare yourself to them. And that's not to say it can not help you get motivated. You can see them and be like, I want to be there. In a sense that, there's something you want and you want to go for it. And that's the important thing, actually going for it. That's a huge and critical part. Actually taking the steps towards it, creating a plan for it. Saying, this is something I'm interested in, I'm passionate about, and I want to go for it. So, me personally, it came out of a place that, I could no longer be the person I once was. I can no longer be that same exact person. So, I had to change. I didn't want to be that same person. I didn't want to continue living my life the same way it was, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. And the first question that popped in my head was, what do I do then? What do I do? The answer is different for all of us, but it all just comes with experiencing life, just being open. And even so, it's like some things may be holding you back, some people, some ideas, whatever it may be, it can hold you back. Even yourself, your own thoughts of yourself. An idea that is like, I can't do it. Where you don't even believe in yourself. That's what you should have. You should have belief in yourself. Because who are you always with? Yourself, 24/7. You're with yourself 24/7. So if there's anyone you're gonna put your trust, your confidence in, it should be yourself. Even though maybe in the past you have not gone for your goals, you have not applied yourself, that doesn't mean you are that kind of person. Because all it takes is a step, all it takes is a moment, all it takes is an action and a willingness to grow. And guess what happens? You continuously go, you grow, and you expand yourself in a way, The glove doesn't fit no more. You outgrew it. The shoes don't fit no more. In another sense, as you look back after coming so far, and you see the amount of change, the amount of growth that has passed, you're like, oh wow, all this has happened. You've taken up things that you would have never thought. You've learned more about yourself and are continuously learning more about yourself. And it all comes from a willingness and openness to change, and realizing your life is in your hands. not anyone else's. It's all in your hands. And whether you just, do what everyone says, trying to conform and things like that, that's your choice. That's your choice. That's the way you chose to live. And I can't take that away from you. I can't. No one else can take that away from you. You choose the way you live your life. You choose the way you build relationships, the standards, the principles, the way you interact with people too. It's all your choice. It all comes down to who do you want to be, And even so, it's never really an end goal. It's just continuous processes and just growing and learning. And you beat one goal, but then there's a higher one, and you keep going and keep going and keep going. And then next thing you know, it's like, I can't go back to how I once was. I can't go back to procrastinating. I can't go back to doing all that, which once made me unhappy. And for some people, maybe to a point where they are unhappy with their current life, so they have to make a change. They have to grow. They have to change because they are angry with themselves for the fact that they aren't living their life how they want. And you don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to be angry with yourself. You don't have to do any of that. Because what do you gain from just yelling at yourself, beating yourself up? You gain literally nothing. There's a difference from that and being honest with yourself. Saying, hey, you've wasted time. You've wasted time. You've been procrastinating. That's different than telling yourself things that aren't really beneficial. Because if you're just being truthful, just being, hey, you wasted time, it's like, okay, you did. That's a fact. You wasted some time. You are alive now. You can change. You can still set out what you want to do. It's not over. It's not over until you take your last breath. And then even so, it's just making a life that's worth living. What is the meaning of life in a way? I don't know. There's so many ways to go about it, but wouldn't one just make it worth living? Make it one word that's fulfilling? You wake up every day just energized, loving life, loving yourself. And I know it may seem hard at first, but that's just how a lot of things are. Take a look at skills. It's always hard at the beginning because it's something new, it's something uncomfortable, it's something you're not familiar with. But over time, what do you see happens? You keep going at it and you improve. And I believe it's a good thing to take note or take track of the progress you've made, because it shows a kind of way you've grown, or what would be the right way to word it. It would show the progress you've had over time, whether it's weekly, monthly, yearly, and the amount of change that has happened. But again, it all starts with you and being open and just allowing yourself. And sometimes some people may not be able to accept the fact that you're changing, accept the fact that you're growing or wanting to change. And they may say what they say. They could say whatever they say, but if you're truly locked in, or you're truly just of the belief that this is gonna happen regardless, who's to stop you? Who can stop you other than you? You can be your greatest ally, your greatest supporter, your greatest comrade, or your greatest enemy, your greatest obstacle. And it's your choice on how you want to interact with yourself. Who are you to yourself? Who are you? And nowadays it seems a lot harder to truly connect with yourself, because there's so many things just pulling away at our time, just pulling away at us. And we never really truly get a moment just to be with ourselves, which is tough, because I'm just thinking about life before, we had social media, and the amount of just life you would experience just is crazy. Even so, think about it as kids. You didn't, for most people, right? You would just go through life just having fun, doing the most random things that just came to your mind, whether it just be, playing fun games, just carefree in a way. And I guess that's why a lot of people miss it. Because they didn't have no worries for the most part. They didn't have no worries. They didn't have no sense of urgency to provide for themselves. Which is why I feel like a lot of people are just so nostalgic with it. And that's cool. That was cool. That was a cool point in time, a cool period of life. But we can't just hang on to those. We have to look for life now. Make life meaningful now, have that same kind of energy with life now, where everything is just fun, everything is just great. Like, it's not supposed to be hard or stressful, in a sense that we put that stress upon ourselves. We make ourselves stressed out, overthinking, thinking of what other people are gonna think. And that's a whole video I want to talk about in another day, what people think of you. And you aren't really responsible for how they think of you. You're responsible for your own actions, for what you say, for how you say it, and things like that. You aren't responsible for how they feel. They feel how they feel. You can't control that. And in a sense, it's like, why would you want to rob them of their own freedom, their own personal choice? And even so, it applies vice versa. It's like, don't allow people to tell you how to feel, because they're robbing you of your own freedom, in a sense. Because it's like, you literally cannot tell me how to feel. You literally can't. You feel what you do, and whatever you do with that, you do with it. And a lot of things just seem to get lost. All these things that seem kind of simple are so hard to achieve to some people, because hard and easy is all relative. It's all relative. Some things may be easy for one person but hard for another. So it's like, again, what is the point of comparing? You're on your own journey. And sometimes you really just have to take it at that level. You have to choose to get better. You choose it. That's the level you have to take it at. You draw a line in the sand and say, will I improve or will I not? And you choose. You have to choose. And after that, you have to see what it means. What does it mean to be better? What does it mean to you to be better? Whether it's mentally, physically, financially, what does it mean? What is the amount? What is the kind of life you envision yourself already having? And it's that sort of choice, How's that old saying go? Not old saying. It was a saying in a book, I believe, from Invictus. I remember Invictus being it, but it's like, I am the captain of my ship. How does it go? It's like, I am the captain of my ship, the sailor of my soul, or something along the lines of that. But truly, your life is in your own hands. It's in your own control. And then if you allow other people to influence you, that's cool. We're all influenceable in a way, but it's like, how do we allow it to influence us? And does it help towards whatever we want or whatever we like? And yeah, like, that's really what it is. But other than that, I just want to leave it off there. Honestly, it's great. It's honestly great just being able to talk as this is something I chose. I chose this. You have to take whatever comes with it. You have to take whatever responsibilities, the good, the bad, whatever comes with it, you have to take it. It was your choice. But, love you, and love yourself. So, final thoughts, take control of your own life. Do it. Just one step at a time. Don't worry about things that already had happened. And it's okay to have a vision for the future, but don't live in the future, as it's unpredictable. Just be here now. And that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing, but just look around. Just look around. Just take it slow, take it easy. Take your time if you need to. But, love you forever and always, dreamers turning dreams into reality. See ya.